Imagine this. It's December in the early 2010s. Your parents take you to Toys R Us to look for items that you want to ask Santa for in your letter. You walk up and down the aisles looking at all the possible things, going through the Lego aisles, looking at all the Angry Birds plushies, checking out the bike section, wandering through the Skylanders section and passing by all the Beyblades and Pokemon. But nothing's catching your eye until you see a standalone display up at the front of the store. You walk up enamored by the bright neon green glow of whatever this toy is. Looking closer, not only do you see the bright neon green glow from across Toys R Us, but you also see all these small colorful figures no bigger than an inch tall. Walking up to the display, you read the name plastered on everything: the Trash Pack. You can't help but be interested by the idea of gross and trash items being sold as little personified figures, like a putrid pizza or a moldy milk. There's even a little mini trash truck you can drive around with the figures. You add it to your Christmas list and continue around Toys R Us looking for other items and soon forgetting about it with the days leading up to Christmas. Opening your presents, you open up a box and find those bright little green trash cans you remember. You got a 5-pack of Trashies from Santa. You look at the back of the packaging, looking at all the different characters you can get, with some being rarer than others. You open it up, hold the soft rubber figures which feel good to squeeze and hold. You get the checklist from the bottom showing the 100 plus figures you can collect. From that point on, you're hooked, and every time you go to Toys R Us, Target, or Walmart, you always ask your parents for a 5-pack of these fun little figures you can't get enough of.
Inside the garbage can.
It's the trash pack.
The trash pack, trash pack.
The trash pack.
The Trash Pack.
The trash pack.
Now you might be wondering, what even are the Trash Pack? The Trash Pack were created by Moose Toys starting in 2011. 13 years ago. Jeez.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
I love the young people.
So to start off, Moose Toys is a Australian-based toy company that created a lot of the biggest collectibles from the early 2010s, like Mighty Beans. And in 2011, the Trash Pack was born. The basics of Trash Packs are they're small rubbery figures based off things you would find inside your garbage, like moldy milk, old gum, rotten apples, maggots, mystery liquid, and more. They're sold as mystery figures where you don't know what you're buying, with most of the items being kept a mystery until you bought and opened them up. And of course, they came with a large accompanying playsets for you to play with all the figures. So with the basics of the Trash Pack out of the way, let's start off where it all began.
A surprise inside of a garbage can. It's the trash pack.
They're the grossest guys that live in your garbage!
Pop open a bin, a surprise inside.
There's hundreds of characters to collect and swap!
What will you find?
A rotten fish, a stinky cheese, an apple core, play cool games, and so much more! You can search for the rare ones. There's glowing trashies too! They're the gross gang that live in your garbage! It's the Trash Pack! The Trash Pack! Out now from Moose!
The first and most iconic wave of Trash Pack hit store shelves in 2011. Series 1. This is the first of many series Moose Toys would create for Trash Packs, and right when they were released, they blew up everywhere, being the hottest toy for Christmas in 2011. They had giant cardboard displays in stores, filled the shelves of every single Toys R Us, Target, and Walmart, and were all over YouTube, gaining millions of views from kids around the world who now had to own their very own Trash Packs. These things were inescapable back in 2011. Commercials flooded TVs, kids everywhere had them at school, to camps, or just in their pockets. Kids even advertising them to other kids by wearing Trash Pack backpacks or bringing their collection to school to trade with other kids on the playground. Anyone who didn't have Trash Packs were missing out, only leading to more being sold. There were 6 different ways to get Trash Pack figures. You could buy the 5 variations of packs they had, being 12 packs, 5 packs, 2 packs, and 1 packs. The 12 packs, well, had 12 different trash pack figures and 6 bright green trash cans. Only 2 figures were shown on the front, a giant green trash can filled with 7 sealed figures, and 3 smaller trash cans on the bottom with 1 figure each. There were even some variations of the 12 packs that had large trash cans on the front that glowed in the dark. The 5 pack included 5 trash cans and 5 figures, with only 1 being visible. The special magic bag was a special pack that had 3 trashies sealed in some chemical that you would pull the bag out and dunk it in water, and it would fizz up and react with the water, revealing your 3 trashies from the pack. It was super fun. The 2 pack included 1 large green trash can sealed in plastic wrap and had 0 visible figures. A different version of the 2 pack had a small metallic bag with 2 trash cans and trashies inside. The 1 pack was a small plastic bag with 1 little green trash can and a mystery figure. Each pack also came with a paper checklist that featured every Wave 1 trash pack so you could track your collection. Sealed Series 1 packs today go for ridiculous prices. A sealed 12 pack is selling for over $250, more than 25 times its original value, with a sealed 5 pack being over $100. And the 4th way to get trash pack figures was from playsets that came out with exclusive figures that you could only get from buying those large sets. But before we take a look at those playsets and exclusive figures, first let's take a look at the classic and most iconic Wave 1 of trashies. Each wave had over 100 figures, each with their own rarities. Series 1 had common, rare, ultra rare, glow in the dark, and limited edition figures to look out for. Each trash pack figure also came in 3 different colors, normally having a classic color that looked more accurate to real life, and then some bright fun colors which were more silly looking. The first category in Series 1 was the grubs, basically a bunch of food, featuring awful pie, rancid steak, putrid sardine, putrid pizza, stench fries, rotten apple, smelly fish, scum gum, moldy milk, my personal favorite trashy, slop corn, stale bread, grot dog, garbage egg, sickened chicken, off cheese, foul nugget, and the glow-in-the-dark was dumpling. The next category was hard rubbish, being a bunch of household items, featuring puke pod, bashed bottle, stinky soda, scummy screen, loo paper, crud can, smelly sock, putrid boot, rot box, snottin', and the glow-in-the-dark was toxic trash room. The next category was bin sex, which is self-explanatory, featuring Trashapillar and Blowfly, both of the iconic characters that are in the logo itself. Rancid roach, noxious bee, sour snail, mucky maggot, rot moth, bin scab beetle, germworm, and the glow-in-the-dark of this wave being disinfect ant. The next wave was bin critters, featuring scabby cat, trash rat, grot rover, scummy squirrel, garbage gull, smelly mouse, bin pig, and the glow-in-the-dark was El Trasho. The next wave was bin monsters, featuring germit, waste wolf, trashola, mangles, Rankenstein, and the glow-in-the-dark was the compost monster. All the glow-in-the-dark figures could only be obtained in the 12 packs. Each 12 pack had even a little message stating that the 12 pack was guaranteed to have 2 glow-in-the-dark trashies per 12 pack. They weren't put into any other mystery packs. Then the ultra rare category of translucent characters were called the binfections, featuring bird flu, flu virus, moo cow disease, chickenpox, and flesh-eating virus. And the final category being the rarest one of all, the figures everyone wanted to get, the limited edition category. The limited editions were barely even marketed. They were so rare, with not only them being listed on some of the packs and the checklists, only a small drawing of the rarest figure was on the back of the pack. There were 3 limited edition figures, being Trash Cat, who was only one of 10,000 that existed in the world, so only 10,000 of them were ever out there. Soggy Tomato, who was only one of 5,000 in the entire world, and the rarest one of all, King Rat, who was only one of 1,000, making him the rarest trash packs in existence at the time. Each limited edition also came with a small paper certificate congratulating you on the figure you got, as well as telling you the exact number of the figure and how many existed with that number were also printed on the figure itself. Now, if you lived in America and felt like you opened hundreds of packs and never got a limited, that's because it was actually slightly rigged. The company that made trash pack figures, Moose Toys, is a Australian-based company, so most of the limited editions they produced were sent out to Australia and England, while only 10% of the limited editions made it to America. So that means for Americans, you only had a 1 in 1,000 chance for Trash Cat, a 1 in 500 chance for Soggy Tomato, and a 1 in 100 chance for King Rat, being nearly impossible. Limited edition figures also sell for crazy prices in modern day, selling for hundreds or thousands of dollars online. This King Rat recently sold for $2,500. Now, there was also exclusive figures in this series, which you could only get from playsets. The first and most iconic playset was the garbage truck. It was a green truck that had many different play features, like pegs for you to attach your trashies to, 2 large opening side doors which showed off the inside of the truck, allowed access to the 2 front seats to let some trashies drive the truck, as well as the truck itself can hold and store dozens of trash pack figures or 12 trash cans. Then in the playset, there's a removable trash can with a peg on the top level to fling your trashies far, and a pulley system to bring the can up to the dump and dump out the figures on the inside into the back of the truck, just like a real trash truck. This set comes with 2 exclusive figures, being Dead Tire and Sludge Can. Next set they released was a collector's tin, which was a large tin trash can that was designed for storing your trashies with even a removable topping lid to keep them sealed. This set also had 2 exclusive trashies, being Spewshy and Scummy Skull. The last playset of this wave was the collector's case, being a cool little storage to display case, showing off each figure in Series 1 and a plastic spot to store them in. This set came with 2 exclusives even displayed on the inside of the case, being Wasted Banana and Squashed Wheel. There was also a very strange Poland exclusive garbage truck, which had the exact same normal garbage truck, but it contained 2 different exclusives, being Orange Wasted Banana and Orange Squashed Wheel, which are very rare today. And the rarest trashies in all of Season 1, some may even say they are rarer than the Trash Cat Limited Edition, are the Israel Nestle Popsicles. And you might be saying, a popsicle? People collected actual food popsicles? And while I wish that was true so I could eat some of these popsicles for myself, it's actually different. The popsicles themselves were designed to look like Scum Gum, with a main bright green base color and a pink mouth with outlined eyes and a smile. Inside each popsicle came 1 exclusive Series 1 trashie in strange colors. You could get 12 different variations of Season 1 characters. The new colors would make them a bright green, orange, or purple, or a gray, red, and yellow. The different characters you could get inside these are Awful Pie, Foul Nugget, Puke Pod, Gross Rover, Putrid Pizza, Grot Dog, Scabby Cat, Rotten Apple, Waste Wolf, Slopcorn, Rancid Roach, and Noxious Bee. Getting your hands on any of these figures is so rare, simply because very few people actually bought these popsicles, and the ones who did were living all the way in Israel, making it very difficult to find any photos of these figures today, let alone getting a couple, making them some of the rarest Series 1 figures. And apart from Series 1, there's also 2 unreleased trashies. This one is a ice cream cone trashie, which would have been a part of the Grubs category. Another one is Swine Flu, who would have been a part of the Binfections category. As well as unreleased trash packs, there are many very rare prototype versions of Series 1 figures with interesting colors and materials. The first version of prototypes were only 6 characters, as Moose Toys was first designing the trash pack. These 6 characters were Moldy Milk, Sour Snail, Putrid Pizza, Crud Can, Bin Scab Beetle, and Garbage Goal. They were extremely soft and way more squishy than normal trash pack figures. They came in 9 different colors of red, orange, yellow, green, blue, gray, glow-in-the-dark yellow, glow-in-the-dark green, and glow-in-the-dark blue, and can be seen in very early advertisements of the trash pack. The second version of prototypes are off-colored. They look very similar to the official versions, but they have different colors, like a wine red or a dark orange. For others, they're even on the packaging like the trash truck. And for the third prototypes, the one used in most of the advertisements, they look the same compared to normal figures, but they had extra paint details on them, as well as numbers on the back showing which figures they were. were. And the rarest prototypes of all are metallic Series 1 prototypes. There's only one in existence so far, being a golden Trashapillar. All of these figures are extremely rare and nearly impossible to find today, but in this video I'm actually giving away a super rare Moldy Milk prototype to one of you guys. I have 5 Moldy Milk prototypes and don't need all 5, so I'm giving one away to someone watching this. All you have to do is like this video, subscribe to this Trash Pack channel, and leave a comment saying you finished all 3 steps and what your favorite memory with Trash Pack is, because I'm really curious. And that's everything for Series 1. Trash Packs were flying off the shelves and being reviewed on YouTube and being collected by millions. So what did Moose Toys do after this massive success? Release a second wave, of course.
A surprise inside of a garbage can. It's the Trash Pack.
Series 2 has just been dumped into Trash Tag, with all new trashies hidden inside. There's hundreds of new characters to collect and swap.
What will you find?
Let the trash out of the bag and dunk new fizz bags filled with junk. There's new furry moldy trashies too. And the galaxy just got grosser with new ultra rare space junk. There's a whole world of new trash to collect.
It's the Trash Pack.
Series 2 out now from Moose. Each sold separately.
Wave 2 of the Trash Pack released in 2012, this time with an orange color theme. Instead of bright green packaging and trash cans and checklists like Series 1 had, it was all switched for a fun bright orange color, as well as a couple other changes. Series 2 limited editions were now listed on the back of the packaging instead of the small little sentence in Series 1. Series 2 also was much larger than Series 1, featuring more mainline trashies, more playsets, and more exclusives. Series 2 also changed up the design of Trash Packs more. All Series 1 Trash Packs followed the same 4 designs. Large goofy circle eyes that aren't touching, 2 little arms that stick out on the sides, a mouth full of sticky slop, and 2 big shoes on the bottom. Each Series 1 trashie followed at least 2 out of 4 of these Trash Pack design rules. But moving into Series 2, you can see they started to get even more creative with the designs and break away from the old ones. There was also more packs in Series 2. Series 2 had a 2-pack bin, a 2-pack egg, a 2-pack foil, a normal 5-pack, a 5-pack with a big bin, a fizzy 8-pack, and a 12-pack, as well as many other different playsets and collector's items featuring rare trashies. So enough talk, let's take a look at all of these Series 2 trashies. The first category we have again is the grubs, featuring putrid pretzel, spaghetti, rotten sandwich, cereal, boggy bagel, nutso, mold shake, yuck taco, and the special edition fuzzy trashie being sour berry. Instead of glow in the darks like Series 1, Series 2 had switched over to hard rubber trashies covered in a fuzz-like mold. The next category is hard rubbish, featuring trash tube, poo pew, septics, vile hi-fi, grubby, garbo martin, melter, lugger, compost, zapper, dripsy, suds, cuckoo, and the special edition fuzzy was Bernie. After was the bin sacks with sludge slug, dung bug, squirmer, squish fish, spliter, unladybug, bonfire, icky stinger, trash mite, bum bug, stingle, squeevel, and the special edition fuzzy was junk juniper. Next up is the bin critters that has yuck duck, alligator, cruddy crow, bog hog, Volgor, Garbage Bear, Raccoon, and Gross Goose. For some reason, this section had no fuzzy trashies, but the next section has 2 fuzzy trashies? It doesn't make much sense. The last normal category is bin monsters with Gunky Gargoyle, Vomster, Junk Clops, Scummy Mummy, Juiced, Sludger, and the 2 special edition fuzzies are Trash Bag Goblin and Grudy Fruity. All of these fuzzy trashies can only be found in 12 packs, which each contained 2 fuzzies guaranteed. The next category is the special editions to look out for that can be found in any packs, the Astro Trash. These Astro Trashies had a really cool red and blue metallic finish, and 2 versions of each trashie, with a shiny metallic version being produced first, but later switched to a more translucent metallic. All the Astro Trashies you can find are the Trash Blaster, Space Waste, Trastroid, Alley Alien, Galacto Garbo, and Grotbot, but even the limited editions in this wave followed the space theme as the Astro Trash, and even both had a shiny metallic and a translucent version of each limited. The 1 in 10,000 limited is Trasholite, who is a bronze satellite with a little green alien on him and tons of rust. The 1 of 5,000 limited edition is Trashcraft, one of the coolest limiteds ever made with such amazing designs and so much detail. And the 1 of 1,000 limited edition is the golden grot rocket. He's made of the same material as King Rat and is a giant golden rocket ship. Now, this wave was also a lot more playsets since Trash Pack blew up so much. The only real playset of Series 1 was the Trash Truck, but now there's so many more. The first playset is the Atomic Drum Ooze Chamber. It had 2 green exclusives of Atomic Ant and Molecular Mouse. It was a small, compact, travel-sized playset that could be closed up to look like a giant vat of toxic waste. Opening it up, there's a little elevator to let the trashies peek out of the top of the drum, or put a trashie in the bottom of the elevator and crush them, as well as a small trapdoor to set off and drop the trashies into toxic waste below. The second playset also had a small compact playset you could fold up on the go. This playset was the Wheelie Bin Ooze Slide. It came with 2 yellow trashies, earwax ball, and gutter grub. The set was designed like a mini wheelie bin with a bright green outside and a yellow lid and even 2 little wheels on the back. On one side it had stairs and 2 small shelves to display your trashies, and on the other side it had 2 gears you could turn to squish your trash packs and send them down the slide. The next playset is the Dunkin' Dumpster, which includes 2 exclusives being Slime Bucket and Moldy Mushroom. The playset itself is a large dirty dumpster with slime holding the top and side lids together and a small trash can and target, where you would put a trashie on the inside of the can, hit the target, and the trashie would fall into the dumpster. The next playset isn't really a playset but a bunch of reused items. This set was the Trash Launcher. It came with a flippy trash can from the Trash Truck and 9 trash cans all in different colors. The main gimmick of this playset, if you could even call it that, was all the exclusives it came with. It came with teal, white, and purple versions of Gross Goose, Alligator, Boggy Bagel, Mold Shake, Dung Bug, Garbage Bear, Spaghetti, Grubby, Suds, Juiced, Poo Pew, Trash Mite, Junk Clops, Slugger, Zapper, Squeevel, and Stingle. That's a lot of exclusives. Not only did you have to buy this playset at least 4 times to get every single exclusive, but it wasn't even released in the United States, making it a very rare set. The next playset is a recolor of the Garbage Truck, but now it glows in the dark. The dark green parts are now a glowy orange, and it came with glow-in-the-dark yellow versions of Dead Tire and Sludge Can. There was even a third Garbage Truck, being the second edition Garbage Truck. This playset was the exact same as the classic Garbage Truck, except for the new exclusive, which it had 4 of. A orange version of Dead Tire and Sludge Can were in the set, as well as blue versions of Molecular Mouse and Atomic Ant. These exclusive trashies are extremely rare, and not much is even known about this playset in general, besides it was exclusive to Australia. So if you have any of these exclusives, make sure to keep them safe. The next item isn't a playset as much as it is a giant barrel full of trashie. The next item is the Barrel of Trashies. This set was a giant barrel-shaped container that contained 30 trashies. It came with 20 normal Series 2 trashies and 10 rare exclusive color variations of Series 2 trashies you could only get in this set. Now, there are a lot of exclusives in the set, so let's go over them all. All the exclusives in the barrel are Icky Stinger, Cuckoo, Dripsy, Squirmer, Cereal, Vile Hi-Fi, Rotten Sandwich, Cruddy Crow, Rank Oon, Bum Bug, Putrid Pretzel, Nutso, and golden and metallic versions of Yuck Duck, Sludge Slug, Scummy Mummy, Melter, Septics, and Volgor. And the rarest trashies you could get from the set were fuzzy versions of Scummy Skull and Spewshy, each coming in red, blue, and purple colors. And the very last exclusive from Series 2 was the Magic Pack. The Magic Pack is similar to the Fizz Packs because it comes with a big fizzy brick that you put into water and dissolves. This difference is that the normal Fizz Pack has no trashies on the outside and contained 2 exclusive trashies that were rock solid instead of a soft rubber. This pack was released only in Australia, and it is extremely rare. These packs contain exclusive versions of every single Series 2 trashie made, so I won't list them. But the trashies inside the Magic Pack are so rare, some people say they're even more rare than limited editions. While you can find many different photos of limited editions, the Magic Pack trashies are so rare you cannot even find photos of them online, let alone buy one for yourself. Some Magic Pack trashies are so rare that exists a blurry screenshot. That's it, that's all that exists, one blurry screenshot, or in the case of Red Spaghetti, not even a single photo of him exists online. That's right, these Magic Pack trashies are so rare that not a single person has them, let alone a single photo of the Red Spaghetti exists online. That's rarer than any limited edition ever. So if you have any Magic Pack trashies, hold on to them, as they are worth hundreds of dollars on eBay. And that wraps up Series 2. Trash packs are blowing up bigger and faster than ever, with hundreds hundreds of thousands of fans all across the globe, Series 2 provides that by introducing even more trashies and playsets for fans to collect. And Series 3 was right around the corner.
A surprise inside of your garbage can. It's the trash pack.
Series 3 is alive! Check out the new bins, filled with disgusting gross ooze.
What will you find?
New icky movie trash has just hit the big screen. And these magic color change characters are the hottest trashies yet. There's a whole heap of new grossness to collect.
It's the trash pack.
New Series 3, out now from Moose. Sets and accessories sold separately.
Now, Trash Pack Series 3 was released shortly after Series 2 because the hype for Trash Pack was so massive. But in my honest opinion, the Trash Pack hype peaked at Series 3 and slowly trickled down after. Series 3 had a blue trash can theming with a lot less packs. There were only 4 different types of Series 3 packs. The first one was the 2-pack bin with 2 trashies inside a large blue trash can, the classic 5-pack of blue trash cans, a brand new liquid ooze pack that contained 8 trashies and had a large gray trash can and a pack of slime, and of course the classic 12-pack with blue bins as well. Even though Series 3 had some of the most hype for Trash Pack release, it actually had less mainline figures, less playsets, and less exclusives, making Series 2 the largest Trash Pack series to collect. So let's check out all the Series 3 trashies, starting off with the grubs. We have Grubby Kebab, Maggot Meatball, Khaki Cake, Shockley, Gunk Pumpkin, Rotten Roll, Yuck Ketchup, Smelly Onion, Sick Garlic, Sticky Pop, and the special edition of the wave was Cringe Chili. The special edition gimmick this wave was color changing trashies, which was one of the coolest trashies we've gotten so far. When putting these trashies in hot and cold water, the paint would change colors, which is awesome. Next category is hard rubbish, with Rotten Rollerblade, Cruddy Kennel, Broken Blender, Trash Iron, Grot Pot, Oily Ointment, Junk Mail, Dank Dishwasher, Foul Fishbowl, Barf BBQ, Clogged Camera, and the special edition color changer was Feral Fridge. The next category is Bin Sex with Feral Fly, Pesty Parasite, Ugly Bedbug, Trash Antula, Icky Tick, Bad Ant, Waste Worm, Rock Roach, Blob Moz, and the color changer was Rotten Bodfly. And next was the Bin Critters category with Garbage Goat, Slime Python, Stinky Skunk, Piggy Pigeon, Scaboon, Slobster, Gobbles, Shabby Shark, Rodweiler. Color changer was Giddy Squid. After the Bin Monsters category is with Poop Monster, Junkosaur, Bin Brute, Spewster, Lock Mess, Puss Plop, Gas Ghost, Bin Bros, and the color changer was Ooze Ogre. And then the ultra rare category to look out for while collecting was the movie trash. These were super squishy and sticky wall color trashies that you would throw at the wall or window and they would roll down it. These trashies were Trashy Torch, Burpy Slurpy, Roddy Pop, Potato Chips, Grotty Coffee, and Sickly Sweets. Something weird about the material of the wall crawlers they were made is over the years they would grow and expand in size and lose their paint, so you have massive dirty unpainted movie trashies, which is really strange. Now something new about Series 3 is it features 5 limited editions instead of the classic 3. Not only did it add 2 limiteds to hunt for, but those 2 limiteds were not easier to find, but even rarer. The 5 limiteds of the wave are Rot Vault, who is 1 in 10,000 chance, the most commented limited edition ever made. Since so many people bought Series 3, you can find a Rot Vault anywhere. Next up is Sick Talk, who was 1 of 5,000. After him was Junk Jewelry, who was 1 of 1,000. And the 2 newest trashy rarities were Trash Cash, who was 1 of 500. And finally, the rarest trashy ever made, Grimy Gold. Grimy Gold has been seen everywhere in tons of promotional material, marketing, and heck, even the thumbnail of another YouTube video. Even though Grimy Gold exists only in very small few batches, almost none have been documented, so there could be even less than 250 in existence. Now, while Series 2 did have more exclusives, Series 3 did have cooler playsets, making the best playsets in the whole series. To start off, my personal playset ever being the Street Sweeper.
Clean up the streets of Trash Town with the new Street Sweeper.
It's the trash pack.
Sweep them up and pick up the junk. But don't you crash or you'll release the trash. New Trash Pack Street Sweeper, out now from Moose.
This is an incredible playset of a bright orange street sweeper, which came with 2 exclusive trashies in the set, being crushed can and waste paper. This is an amazing playset that was designed to actually sweep up and store trashies inside of it. When rolling, the street sweeper has 2 big sets of sweeping arms that would turn. 2 large green arms in the front would grab any trashies in front and pull them to the sweeper closer into the second rubber rollers inside the sweeper itself that would simply pull the trashies into the collection chamber. And to release the trashies, you simply slam the street sweeper into a wall, and then the back would shoot out, releasing all the trashies. This was an amazing playset and my personal favorite. Next up is the Dirty Double Pack. This is the rarest trash pack playset ever made. The Dirty Double Pack is a massive playset with exclusive colors of both the trash truck and the street sweeper, and contains 4 exclusive trashies, being green versions of dead tire and sludge can, and red versions of crushed can and waste paper. This playset was exclusive to Australia, and only a few people bought it, making it one of, if not the rarest playset ever made. The next playset is the Collector Wheelie Bin, which is similar to the Series 1 collector tins, but a giant square trash bin made of plastic. It came with 2 exclusive trashies, being Pooey Rooey and Atomic Pizza. After that was another collector item, being the black version of the collector's tin, coming with dark green slime bucket and moldy mushroom. There was also a Australia exclusive collector's tin, which had 4 trashies inside of it, a red version of earwax ball and gutter grub, and a yellow version of slime bucket and moldy mushroom. After that was the mini collector's tin, which was like a small version of the normal collector's tin, but it had a ton of exclusive trashies, just like the barrel of trashies. The Australia edition of the tin contained yellow, red, and purple versions of Sticky Pop, Foul Fishbowl, Shabby Shark, Ugly Bedbug, Icky Tick, and Gas Ghost. While the American version, which was a Walgreens exclusive of the mini tin, contained yellow, red, and black versions of Gunk Pumpkin, Shockley, Broken Blender, Pesty Parasite, Spewster, and Loch Mess. And finally, the largest playset of Series 3 was the Scum Drum.
Barrels and trash down have been transformed into the new Scum Drum.
It's the trash pack.
Launch your trashies into the garbage chute. Slide through the sewer pipe and start building your trash pile. Hit and tip to dunk more junk. Or hit the crossbones to free the caged trashies. But don't miss, or you'll stack up your opponent's trash. Make the biggest trash pile. Last one in's a rotten egg. New trash pack Scum Drum, out now from Moose.
The Scum Drum is a massive playset meant to look like a giant metal drum or barrel. It was a really interactive playset where you would be given 2 flingers to launch trashies into the 2 big holes on the playset that led to either opening side. You could also launch your trashies at the slime shelves and knock off any trashies on top of those into the Scum Drum, and even a trashy drail where trashies you flung inside the Scum Drum would get stuck and you had to hit the skull and crossbones to bust open the jail door. This is the largest trash pack playset made so far and had tons of fun secrets and places to set up and display your trashies. And during Series 3, Moose Toys also had a super cool competition for fans called the Design Your Own Trashie competition. This was a competition for trash pack fans to design their own trashie and send that design to Moose Toys for a chance to win their very own one-of-a-kind trashie that they designed. They were officially the rarest trashies ever made because only one was made in the entire world and given to the winner of the competition. The first 3 American winners were Black and Blueberry, Unfortunate Cookie, and Macaroni and Sneeze. And the 3 Australian winners were Crazy Coconut, Slimy Salami, and Overripe Orange. They held the competition again the next year in 2013. The 3 American winners for that competition were Barfy Bean, Air Freshener, and Optic Oozer. And the 3 Australian winners were Trash Brown, Spewcumber, and Warty Watermelon. There was even an unknown UK winner of the competition called Koopa John. It's super weird, it looks like a cookie or an orange or something. Literally nothing is known about this trashie. But if you have any design your own trashies that you have won or created, please DM me on Instagram or Discord at Puggo's Pizzeria. I would love to see any photos of them because barely any exist online. And now it's time for Series 4.
A surprise inside of a garbage can. It's the trash pack.
Series 4 is out now, with even more gross new teams to collect, like foul, festering food of the world, boggy beach trash covered in real sand, teeny tiny mini micro-sized trashies, and new biting trashies with big mouths. Trash Pack Series 4, out now from Moose, each sold separately.
Trash Pack Series 4 came right around the corner in early 2013. Series 4 actually switched up the trash can style, instead this time opting for red bins, and they were squares as well as reminiscent of wheelie bins. Just like in Series 3, Series 4 had the same 4 types of packs you could open: a red 2-pack bin, a 5-pack with red bins, a liquid ooze pack with 8 trashies, and a classic 12-pack. Series 4 was also the first series to switch up the categories. Instead of the same categories we've had for the past 3 waves, they added 2 new categories, being Food of the World and Trash Toys, which replaced Bin Critters and Bin Monsters. Series 3 was actually the last time we would see Bin Critters or the Bin Monsters category, as they were never featured in another wave again. The first category is the Grubs, featuring grime ribs, boiled brains, stuffed chicken, fishy finger, scarved caviar, potato, barf baguette, shabby cabbage, yucky sprout, moldy melon, pear beware, hacked ham, and lumpy yogurt. Now, there were actually 2 types of special editions. In replacement of the color-changing trashies of Wave 3, these trashies were now biters, which they had giant mouths that could bite onto items like the Grubs biter was Slime Apple. But there was another type of special edition, being the Mini Trash. Mini Trash weren't exclusive to the 12-pack like all the other special edition. The Mini Grubs were Mushy Peas and Bad Anchovy. After is Hard Rubbish with Vile Vacuum, Moldy Mattress, Smashed Face, Filthy Fan, Zapped Lamp, Khaki Kettle, and the biter was Dusty Rug, with the Mini Trash being Dumped Dryer. For the bin sex, there's Creepy Peed, Slimo Beetle, Smearwig, Gutterfly, and the special edition biter was Splat Slatter, and the mini was Grot Hopper. The Food of the World new category had Oozy Noodles, Horrid Haggins, Mashed Meat, Gristle Pie, Sludgy Lasagna, Spewy Stew, Gross Goulash, Cruddy Curly, Snot Snail, with the special edition biter being Gooey Slovaki, and the mini being Burned Burrito. And the second new category was Trash Toys, which included Shocking Horse, Waste Truck, Banged Up Gamer, Clutter Skater, Carnage Car, Yuck Yo, Gunkosaur, Dready Bear, and the mini trashie was Mucky Duck, with no biter trashie. Then the ultra rare category was the Beach Trash, which had a bunch of real sand glued to each trashie. This category had Scarfish, Stale Scales, Scufferfish, Stinky Shrimp, Dirty Hermie, Clammy, and even a biter being Tangled Seaweed. Just like Series 3, there were also 5 limited editions in this wave, being rock solid and having a bone theme. These limited editions were extremely easy to find because all you had to do was shake the pack, and you could hear the hard trashies rattling around, and they even glowed in the dark. The 1 out of 10,000 was Cruddy Cowskull, the 1 out of 5,000 was Foul Fishbone, the 1 out of 1,000 was Rotting Rat, the 1 out of 500 was Festering Fowl, and the super rare limited, the 1 out of 250 was Squishbone. There was actually prototype versions of these limited editions, being bright, clean versions of them shown off at Toy Fair instead of the dirty blackwash versions that were normally released. Now Series 4 actually had some of the most playsets ever for a series. The first playset was Junk Truck, coming with 2 exclusive trashies, Grub Tub and Stink Sink. The Junk Truck was another vehicle type playset that had a cool play feature. It had a claw in the back to pick up and move your trashies around, squashing section inside the truck to crush your trashies, and a large green trash bin that could be loaded and unloaded into the truck. The next set is the classic collector's tin that each series had. This time it's the Dumpster Tin that came with 2 exclusive trashies, Snotty Spray Can and Busted Crate. It was a large metal dumpster that came with 40 stickers to cover the dumpster with and personalize it. Next up was another Sweet Sweeper variant, being the glow-in-the-dark Sweet Sweeper with a glowing version of waste paper and crushed can. After was another version of the trash truck. How many different trash trucks do you need? It's just shiny now, and they called it the limited edition trash truck when it's not even limited at all. Dead Tire and Sludge Can are now shiny with the 5th recolor of them. After that was the Scrap Racers playset, a very rare playset that was released only in Australia and had some of the rarest exclusives ever made. The Scrap Racers had 6 different exclusives, with a yellow, brown, and purple color for each exclusive, which meant 18 total exclusives. The 6 different trashies were Bin Goo, Slimy Soap, Dunny Brush, Clump of Grass, very creative, Cowpat, and Smelly Sock. The set itself had 2 different cards that could be 6 different items, like a bathtub or a trash can, and interchangeable items like wheels and accessories for each card, as well as a launcher that came with the cards to race them or even crash into each other. This is an awesome playset, and it's really sad we never got them over in the United States. The next 2 sets were actually board games, with the first game being Dash for Trash board game. The game contained 4 exclusive trashies, green versions of Earwax Ball and Gutter Grub, as well as purple versions of Moldy Mushroom and Slime Bucket. The second edition board game was contained aqua colors of Grub Tub and Stink Sink. The game itself was just a giant trash can in the middle of the board game, which competed against others to see who could land the most trashies inside the big trash can. The next game after that was Dash for Trash board game, which contained 3 normal trashies and 6 exclusives in total, but each game only had 1 exclusive per box, so these exclusives were very rare and hard to find. The first exclusives were red versions of Wasted Banana and Squashed Wheel. Then there were purple versions of Molecure Mouse and Atomic Ant, and this game also had the aqua versions of Grub Tub and Stink Sink. And finally, Series 4 had its very own version with way too many recolors of a classic Series 4 characters. This set was called the Putrid Pizza Challenge. Basically, it was a cardboard pizza box that came with 2 flippers that would launch trashies inside the box, hitting targets on the box for more points. This set came with 3 different versions of each trashie: a translucent version, a metallic version, and a glow-in-the-dark version. First up, the metallic, there's 3 different colors they could come in, being pink, purple, and yellow. You could pull Grime Ribs, Vile Vacuum, Horrid Haggins, Oozy Noodles, Creepy Pede, and Shocking Horse. The metallic trashies came in green, purple, and red, and had Gristle Pie, Fishy Finger, Stuffed Chicken, Scarred Caviar, Smeared Wig, and Banged Up Gamer. And the glow-in-the-darks came with orange, yellow, and white that had Poo-tato, Sneeze Burger, Barfy Baguette, Sludge Lasagna, Zap to Lamp, and Yuck Yo. And while that's a lot of mainline Series 4 trashies, there are some interesting things about Series 4. While Series 3 didn't have any prototypes, Series 4 had many prototypes that were shown off at Toy Fair, which had extra paint or different colors, and even a prototype limited edition figures which looked a lot cleaner than the classic Series 4 limiteds. Those weren't the only prototypes though. When those were officially released, there were many different Series 4 trashies revealed on a box of 2-pack figures. It's so strange how many different trashies are shown off on this box that were never officially released. On top of that, these are the only photos of these trashies, so we might never see the art again. And that's all for Trash Pack Series 4. In my opinion, Series 4 was the last good wave of trashies before they went downhill fast with Series 5 and 6. And the lack of playsets and exclusives in upcoming series really show that. So now, let's check it out.
A surprise inside of a garbage can. It's the Trash Pack.
Series 5 is rolling out now. Lift the lid on all new toilet bins and discover the grossest trashies yet. New sewer trash. Snip out a nasty nappy. Squish up a sewer rat. And can you find the ultra rare golden poop? You can also find special edition frozen trash. There's so much trash you can collect.
It's the Trash Pack.
We're overflowing with all new grossness. Trash Pack Series 5 out now from Moose. Each separately.
Series 5 is what I call the downfall of trash packs. Nothing about this wave was fun or special. Nothing was innovative or changed. The trash cans were now yellow toilets instead of red square bins, and that's really all that changed. The designs for Series 5 were also really bad in my opinion, just having too much detail and losing the classic trash pack designs that made Series 1 so iconic. Series 5 also changed nothing in terms of pack variation, only having the same 2-packs, 5-packs, Liquid Ooze packs, and 12-packs, which is a shame. The first category is the grubs, with Carrot, Icky Pickle, Dank Donut, Gross Moose, Blue Spew Cheese, Puke Cakes, Mushy Mango, Stinky Rings. What made Series 5 even lamer is there was no special edition in each category, but instead special editions had their own category now, just like the ultra rares, which is disappointing. Next up was the bin sex, removing the hard rubbish category completely. The bin sex had Squashed Maggot, Squashed Roach, Dead Spider, Mess Mantis, Fried Dragonfly, Mucus Mite, Splatapillar, Fried Ant, Whacked Wasp, Pesky Locust, Horsefly, Squirmworm, and Hair Lice. The next category is a new one called School Trash, with Moldy Sandwich, Litter Locker, Trash Top, Goo Glue, Yuck Box, Trashy Textbook, Stuffed Pencil Case, Scrap Pack, Slimy Spitball, Spittle Whistle, and Clogged Up Calculator. Next is Food of the World, with Filthy Frog Legs, Grotty Lamb Chop, Furry Turkish Delight, Diced Rice, Fish and Slops, Boggy Borscht, Queasy Cheese, Sauerkraut, Snotty Schnitzel, and Ganky Macaroon. And the last category is sewer trash with sewer pipe, awful algae, turd turtle, stink spray, and doo-doo diaper. This category only has 5 trashies, which is really strange, like they forgot to design more or something, but it's the smallest category of any wave. The 12-pack exclusive special edition trashies are frozen trash, which are honestly really cool. They're tiny little trashies frozen inside a cube of ice, and it looks awesome. The frozen trash are frozen fly, cold pizza, chilled chicken, cold prawn, and frost fish. And the ultra rare of the wave are Scrap Trap, and they are super lame. Compared to all the other ultra rare trashies, in concept they're supposed to be filled with cool confetti glitter sparkles, but instead it's hard to tell what's a normal trashie and what's a scrap trashie, which is super disappointing. They're cracked up carton, busted box, sewage supreme, oozy juicy, old news, and bog bag. Even the limiteds in this wave are kinda lame. Nothing new or special about them, they just have a slight metallic finish. The 1 out of 10,000 of this wave is Spewer Rat, the 1 out of 5,000 was Gunk Gator, the 1 out of 1,000 of the wave was Flushed Phone, the 1 out of 500 was Poo Plumbing, and the rarest 1 out of 250 was Poo Plop, which is actually a trashie I have. This wave only had 1 playset as well, which is really disappointing, but this is the largest and one of the coolest playsets ever made, being the Sewer Dump.
You better move in or ooze in the new Trash Bag Sewer Dump.
It's the trash bag.
Dump in the trash and crank up the conveyor belt. But watch out for the garbage grate or you'll land in a litter lift. Freak out the seagull and tumble into the trash toilet. Uh-oh, incoming trashie. Whoa, that dude's been oozed. New Trash Bag Sewer Dump, out now for Moose. Sets and additional accessories sold separately.
The Sewer Dump had 4 exclusive trashies coming in either red or green color, being Rotten Apple, Dog Food, Garbage Bag, and Banana Split. The main reason the part of the Sewer Dump is a giant conveyor belt that runs along the entire set. There's a crank you pull to get the trashies up the dump. Once they reach the top, they can roll down to the bottom of the lift and be pulled up again, but they can also fall down into a sewer grate into the slime below. On top of the Sewer Dump, there is a zip line to attach trashies to and have them zip across whatever you connect the line to. At the far bottom of the Sewer Dump, there is a flinger to launch trashies into any part of the Sewer Dump. There's a big porta potty where you can crash your trashies into and flush them down into the giant ooze pool. The zip line can also launch into the porta potty and break it open. There's also a lift on the side to bring your trashies up to the top of the slide to make them fall back down again. This is the biggest and coolest playset the Trash Pack ever got, and it's the most fun I've had playing with any playset. The only other exclusives in this wave are super rare and obscure, being magazine exclusives. Trash Packs had a magazine line that had fun, interactive stickers and trivia inside each magazine. Most magazines came with 1 common trashie, but some magazines had a very rare exclusive lime version of Grub Tub and Stink Sink, and purple versions of the all 4 Sewer Dump exclusives, being Rotten Apple, Dog Food, Garbage Bag, and Banana Split. And that's it for Series 5. The only other interesting thing is there's an unused paper airplane trashie that was never released, but that's about it. No fun exclusives or other playsets, and they even stopped making collector tin types items. But if you thought Series 5 was bad, then you haven't even seen.
The most exciting trashies ever are here. New rotten eggs.
It's the trash bag.
Crack open a rotten egg and find a trashosaur, a puking primate, an eggy elephant, or a rotten toothed tiger. There's dozens of rotten egg trashies you can collect, like Excellent Special Edition Hard-Boiled Trash and ultra-rare puke eggs. So get cracking, and you can get the new Trash Pack Rotten Egg.
It's the trash pack.
Out now from Moose, each sold separately.
Without exaggeration, Series 6 is by far the worst Trash Pack series ever made, not even having good playsets or cool limited editions. Series 6 is truly where Trash Packs fell off with a uncreative wave theme, lame exclusives, and boring limiteds, and overall not even feeling like the Trash Pack, but some rip-off brand like Smashems. While Trash Pack never really had a strong theming before, some waves had light themes like Series 2 being space or Series 5 being sewers. Series 6 makes every single Trash Pack in the wave a theme, which gets really old and really boring fast. The entire Series 6 wave theme was prehistoric, which dinosaurs and cavemen and stuff, which need I remind you, they are called the trash pack, not the time travel pack or something, I don't know. Series 6 had an egg theme as well, which didn't even match the prehistoric theme. Like egg theme would make more sense for a kitchen theme or something. These were purple eggs, which were also the worst of all time. The little trash cans, because they split directly in half, so annoying to open and close, and it's easy to lose half an egg. Series 6 was also even lazier by removing any fun gimmick packs like the liquid ooze packs, now only having 2 packs, 5 packs, and 12 packs, nothing else. Series 6 was also get rid of the grubs and the bin sec, so both of those are gone. The first category is Ancient Exhibits. How interesting. Featuring Cave Decay, Bone Age, Cave Booger, Scum Scorcher, Boggy Bonfire, Stinky Bone, Accidental Axe, Dino Poop, and Wheelie Gross. All these categories also did not have any fun special editions, with them getting their own category again. After that is Scrambled Animals with Eggy Elephant, Rotten Tooth Tiger, Bile Bison, Soft Boiled Sloth, Battered Bat, Puking Primate, Doo-Doo Bird, Smelly Jellyfish, and Ugly Bug. After that is a cool category, I can't lie, the Excavated Trash, which are like fossil trashies, featuring Runny Roach, Drag Legs, Sewer Slither, Spoiled Shrimp, Mucky Mite, Hard-Boiled Buzzard, Filleted Fish, and Oozy Octopus. After is the Extinct Trash with Trash Raptor, Flushosaurus, Picosaur, T-Rex, Snotodile, Ratosaur, Eggosaur, Trashosaurus, Smellerops, and Flyceratops. And if this wave wasn't bad enough, maybe I could forgive the lame theme and the zero gimmick packs and the boring designs, but the special editions. The coolest part of any wave, like glow-in-the-darks, fuzzies, color changers, biters, and ice cubes for Series 6 special editions, they just did it again. They just did the ice cubes again, and they didn't even change it. Now it's just a green circle. This wave sucks so much they couldn't make any unique or special editions. They just made green eggs instead of ice cubes. I don't even care about these enough to list them off. After is the ultra rare category, which is pretty lame, with the trashies just being super rock hard versions, which they just feel lame and they look bad and with boring colors. They're Grimy Gull, Sewerage Slug, Lumpy Lobster, Gravel Rat, and Flint Rock. And I think comparing Grimy Gull to Garbage Gull from Series 1 is the perfect way to represent all the bad changes that trash packs went through over the years that led to their downfall. Garbage Gull is a small and a little bit cute, with a fat little body, arms that extend and stick out to the side of his body, 2 small feet, a small tail feather with not much detail at all, 2 perfect round eyes, and a signature slimy mouth. Some extra paint details like the slime, but overall a very simple design. Now look at Grimy Gull. On the other hand, giant squinting eyes that are bright yellow, a big purple beak that's way too large and makes no sense in purple, with a big green worm sticking out of his body, wings that are overall too detailed but just stuck to the side of him that make him feel massive, and giant tail feathers that look overly realistic, big feet that stick out too far on the sides of his body, and a overly detailed body that has rolls and wrinkles, trying to look more detailed and realistic for just no reason. What made the original trash pack so special and so popular and sold so well is because the designs were simple, small, and cute and recognizable. And over the years, as trash packs went on and the designs became larger, very ugly looking, over detailed, and were items or characters you couldn't even guess what they were supposed to be. I mean, even half of Series 4 was designed poorly. Just compare the Series 1 pie to the Series 4 pie, and everything I said about them becoming large, overly detailed, and just missing the point of trash packs becomes clear. I think this is one of the main reasons trash packs were in decline after Series 5. The designs of them and figures were just bad, and sure, a good few stood out. The majority of them were just lame, had bad designs, were weird items, and didn't capture the original charm that the first 3 series of trash packs had. To show you what the trashies would look like if they kept the charm and simplicity of Series 1, I redesigned Carrot from Series 5 because his design was so fat and ugly, not having any arms or legs, just being over detailed and way too large. I mean, carrots are long and skinny. This is just fat and short. I designed him to be very similar to Series 1 Corn design, being slender and tall with only a few simple details, and he looks so much better and resembles a carrot a lot more, keeping that trash pack charm. And it's clear to tell after Series 4 people stopped caring because the designs got so bad. Like Like in 2011, when Series 1 released, it was almost impossible to find around Christmas time. The stores were sold out of every single trash pack. By the time Series 6 came around, they were clogging up bargains bins and could be found at discount stores like Five Below because no one wanted them. The reason trash packs failed so hard isn't because people lost interest over time, but it's because the direction that they went, making lame playsets, bad characters, and horrible designs, forced people to lose interest. I mean, even comparing the Series 1 12-pack and the Series 6 12-pack, it's clear no one cared anymore. I mean, they barely even look like trash pack at that point. People still loved and collected trash packs in 2013 and 2014, but they only loved the original series and playsets, and were tired of looking for those whatever crap 5 and 6 were. I hated them. And to top off how crappy Series 6 was, the limited editions were lame too, with Litter Lizard being one of 10,000, Manky Magnet being one of 1,000, so skipping one of 5,000 this wave, Slime Skull being one of 500, and the 1,000th trashy ever made being Scrambled Rat, one of 250. This is the 1,000th trashy? Scrambled Rat limited edition? At least Poo Plop was cool from Series 5, but this I truly hate. I believe there is no worse trashy than Scrambled Rat, the 1,000th trashy ever made, and this is it. After celebrating everything trash packs went through, Scrambled Rat is the 1,000th trashy, a celebration of trash packs, and this is what they create. Scrambled Rat is the embodiment of everything I hate about later series trash packs, being fat, overly detailed, horribly designed, and at some point not even looking like a trash pack. Comparing him to the first ever limited edition Series 1 King Rat, it is so clear. King Rat is made of a cool translucent golden material looking like a king rat. Those big goofy trash pack eyes, a little crown, a little robe, and a little staff, and some gross vomit on his robe. He is a perfect limited edition that feels genuinely rare and special to even own. But Scrambled Rat, the 1,000th limited edition, 4 times rarer than the King Rat being only 100 of 250, but 1 out of 250, feels fat and lame like something you could pull out of any pack. With sad tiny eyes, tons of body detail that weren't even bothered to be painted, like a cheap golden body that looks almost like a poopy brown color. And this is what Moose Toys decided should be the 1,000th trash pack ever made and the rarest limited. Not a golden version of Blowfly or Trashapillar, who've been the logo and icons of trash packs for years, or a mini version of the Series 1 green trash can to commemorate the 1,000th trash pack ever made, but a sad pathetic rat painted with a cheap gold like who could ever even come close to the original King Rat. How sad. And if Series 6 couldn't get any worse, there was only one single playset with 2 exclusives, and on top of that, the exclusives don't even have names. They genuinely unnamed them because who even cares what these ugly things looked like anyway? This playset was the Launch and Load Bulldozer, which was a large orange bulldozer that could pick up trashies in a giant scooper and launch trash cans out of the front of the bulldozer, which is a cool playset idea, but with the lame exclusives and limited interest in Trash Pack Series 6, it's hard to find this playset because no one even bought it originally. And that's it for Trash Pack Series 6. No fun prototypes, no cool trivia. This is a lame series with lamer designs. And now we get on to the very last series that was ever made before trash packs were discontinued.
Working in his lab late one night, Dr. Trashalots are a horrible sight. Fungus and fevers and nasty worms. The grossest trashies are junk germs.
It's the trash pack.
Oh! On your pets and in your food. They're hiding inside test tubes. Warts and bugs are really gross. Use tissues and a runny nose. Cold color change germs are seriously cool. And gross out germs will make you go, ew. There's hundreds you can collect, squish and squirm. The sickest trashies are junk germs. Out now for moves. Eat sold separately.
Trash Pack Series 7 is sadly the last main line of trash packs we ever received. And thankfully, unlike Series 5 and 6, Series 7 improved even if it was only slightly. Series 7 had the same classic packs of 2 packs, 5 packs, and 12 packs with no fun gimmicks. But instead of classic trash cans or weird eggs, this series used test tubes and beakers for the germ theme, and it was amazing. The 5 packs would come with 1 trashy show and 2 test tubes with 2 trashies per tube, as well as the tubes were see-through so you could store your trashies inside and look at them. For the 12 packs, it came with 2 test tubes as well, but in the middle it came with a giant beaker, which could hold a lot of trashies in the middle and had an amazing design. The first category in Series 5 was germ worms, with horrid heartworm, tapeworm, ringworm, hairworm, fishworm, icky earthworm, earwax worm, and hookworm, with no special additions in each category. Next category is household germs, with glug hole, booger blower, putrid plaque, toilet bug, bin juice, dank dishcloth, dusty dust mite, and rotten butt. After that was the pet germs with fish fungus, crusty claws, flea bite, kitty cold, ringworm rover, and bird spew. And the next category is sports germs, including ball bacteria, foot fungus, runner's rash, gym germs, pool puke, fitness flu, dirty dumbbells, and locker room loogie. After that is the vicious viruses that had diarrhea, manky mucus, oozing eyeball, flu bug, stomach bug, and cold sore. The ultra rare category were X-ray germs, which was just another version of the ice cube trashies, but now they're more than just ice cubes but actual trashies. These included hamster germs, funky fever, football virus, eye worm, manky migraine, and scabby bandage. The 12-pack exclusive editions trashies were also color changers again, but a lot worse than Series 3, as these trashies only gained some colored dots instead of their whole bodies changing. These special editions were lizard lice, horse hives, sore throat, workout warts, fridge fungus, and brainworm, which is really strange because all these special editions were made to fit in each category, like lizard lice and pet germs, fridge fungus and household germs, but instead were put into their own category for basically no reason. And finally, the limited editions of these wave being super snots, superhero themed and all sticky like the Series 3 movie trashies, as well as having 5 limited editions again, being Flying Fungus, which is one of 10,000, Snot Sniper, which is one of 5,000, Bin Bug, which is one of 1,000, Mucus Puke, which is one of 500, and the rarest limited edition is Captain Contagious, being one of 250. Now, while all these trashies and limiteds should be just as rare as any other series, they actually aren't, and are extremely common on eBay for some reason. There are a ton of Chinese eBay sellers that have hundreds of these limited editions. I'm not kidding, like so many, they're selling 5 limited editions for just $15. And on top, some of these limited editions even have numbers on the bottom of them as well. So what's up with all these limited editions? Why can you buy the rarest limited edition, Captain Contagious, for only $25? Well, that's simply because these are known as factory pulls. What are factory pulls, you might be asking? Well, basically, a factory pull is when people who used to work for Moose Toys or in Moose Toys warehouse or somewhere along the trash pack production line, they would just take all the limited editions produced and keep them and sell them online. That's why all these factory pull limited editions have no limited edition certificate along with them, because they aren't official limited editions, even if they have the number on the bottom, making them no rarer than any other Series 7 limited editions. So this makes it extremely hard to find any official Series 7 limited editions. Even if you have an official one but lost its certificate that it came along with, it's impossible to tell that the real one you own is a factory pull limited from China. The factory pulls even happened with some other figures, even if it's in smaller quantities than Series 7, such as someone who is selling 100 Gunk Gator figures that were pulled so early from the factory lines they don't even have a number on the bottom of them, or someone who is selling the Sewer Rat for over $400 even though he has no numbers on the bottom, so he's just a factory pull from China. So if you're ever interested in buying limited editions, it's cool to pick up limited editions for $5, but just remember they aren't as rare as actual limited editions people pulled from real packs. Now sadly, this wave only had one playset, being the Sewer Truck playset, which came with Poopy Plunger and a unnamed Goose Trashy. This playset was another vehicle with a giant stretchy funnel and storage chamber where you could scoop up trashies with the funnel and dump them into the storage container, as well as open it up and tilt the storage container out to dump out all the trashies. There was also another version that came with 12 normal trashies, so not much is really known about it. The only other exclusive thing we got was the Series 7 Glow-In Mega Pack, which had a glow-in-the-dark version of 30 different trashies. Series 7 also had a lot of really cool unreleased trashies. There's no reason why these were unreleased, they just didn't make the cut. First of all is Grotty Snotty, which was probably the most finished unreleased trashy ever, having full art of himself as well as a name. Next up is Runny Nose, which looks like an early version of Grotty Snotty. After that is a unknown germ trashy, and finally a Furball who was unreleased. And while that's all for trash packs, at least that was the main line of Series 7. While Series 8 did have some ideas and concepts, it was never released, and never released, sadly. But that doesn't mean it's the end for trash packs. After Series 7 we got... Now, the Gross Ghosts aren't too special. They simply recolored all the Series 1 trash packs now to be translucent with cool and bright colors. They had translucent blue colored cans and came in classic 2-packs, 5-packs, and 12-packs. The most interesting thing about this wave is the entire wave, all future Gross Ghost waves, were exclusive to Target for some reason, so stores like Walmart and Toys R Us never actually got these figures. All of the Series 1 Gross Ghost figures include Awful Pie, Rancid Steak, Putrid Sardine, Putrid Pizza, Stench Fries, Rotten Apple, Smelly Fish, Slop Corn, Stale Bread, Grot Dog, Moldy Milk, Garbage Egg, Sickened Chicken, Off Cheese, and Foul Nugget, with the special edition glow-in-the-dark being Dumpling. Then the hard rubbish was Puke Pod, Bash Bottle, Stinky Soda, Scummy Screen, Blue Paper, Crud Can, Putrid Boot, Rot Box, and the special edition was Toxic Trash Rim. After is the bin sex with Trashapillar, Blowfly, Rancid Roach, Noxious Bee, Sour Snail, Mucky Maggot, Rot Moth, Bin Scab Beetle, and the special edition was Disinfect Ant. After the bin critters with Scabby Cat, Trash Rat, Gross Rover, Scummy Squirrel, Garbage Ghoul, Smelly Mouse, and special edition El Trasho. After are the bin monsters with Germit, Waste Wolf, Trashola, Mangles, Rankenstein, and the special edition Compost Monster. Then the ultra rare bin infections are Bird Flu, Flu Virus, Moo Cow Disease, Chickenpox, and Flesh Eating Virus. Now some trashies were actually skipped in this wave for some reason, including all the pink colored trashies from Series 1 were skipped, including Scum Gum, Snottin, Smelly Sock, Bin Pig, and Germworm, as well as all three limiteds Trash Cat, Soggy Tomato, and King Rat. The Gross Ghost series also had 2 playsets, with the first being a Ghost Trash Truck. It's the exact same as the original playset, but now with a translucent blue and black color, as well as Ghost versions of Dead Tire and Sludge Can. There was also a Ghost Wheelie Bin instead of the Ghost Trash Can tin, because you can't make a metal can translucent. So the Ghost Wheelie Bin is also a translucent blue with a ghost version of both Spewshy and Scummy Skull. That wave did so well, they made Gross Ghost Series 2. Again, with colorful translucent versions of all Series 2 characters and translucent orange trash cans, the classic 2-packs, 5-packs, and 12-packs, including the Grubs category with Rotten Sandwich, Boggy Bagel, Nutso, Mold Shake, Cereal, Putrid Pretzel, Spaghetti, and the ultra-rare Soarberry, which was hardened and glow-in-the-dark, and the new special edition of this wave. They took classic Series 2 characters and made them soft and sticky, just like the movie trashies. The special edition was Yucko Taco. After is the bin monsters with Scummy Mummy, Sludger, Junk Clops, Juiced, Gunky Gargoyle, Ultra Rare Grudy Fruity, and Trash Bag Goblin, with the special edition being Vomster. After was Hard Rubbish with Septix, Dripsy, Cuckoo, Zapper, Pew Pew, Grubby, Suds, Melter, Vile Hi-Fi, Ultra Rare Bernie, and Special Edition Lugger. After that was the Bin Sex with Icky Stinger, Squirmer, Bum Bug, Stingle, Dung Bug, Squeevel, Trash Mite, Ultra Rare Junk Juniper, and Special Edition Squishfish and Bin Fire. After that was the Bin Critters with Cruddy Crow, Garbage Bear, Alligator, Volgore, Rank Oon, Gross Goose, and Yuck Duck. And finally, all the Astro Trash was no longer ultra rare, but now just common trashies, which included Galacto Garbo, Grotbot, Trash Buster, Trash Droid, Space Waste, and Alley Alien. This was also a Target exclusive wave and skipped over Compost, Trash Tube, Gulliver Martian, Splider, Bog Hog, and Unladybug, as well as all 3 limiteds Trasholite, Trashcraft, and Grot Rocket. And sadly, there was no playset released in this wave either. And after we got the official final wave of trash packs. Gross Zombies was different from the past 2 Gross Ghost waves, with all the trashies being dark colors, having black guys, as well as a black paint wash covering them to look very zombie-like. They also had super unique packaging, with all the zombies coming in coffins, the classic 2-pack, 5-pack, and 12-packs all having coffins instead of trash cans. This wave we got 2 playsets. The first playset was a zombie street sweeper with zombie version of waste paper and crushed can. And the playset itself was a cool bright green and purple version of the street sweeper. The second set was a coffin collector's tin in the shape of a big purple coffin that came with zombie versions of both Moldy Mushroom and Slime Bucket. And while I am a really big fan of the first 2 Gross Ghost series and love the clear material they use, I'm not really a big fan of Gross Zombies. They are dark, boring colors, the black eyes look weird on many figures, and the rares of this wave don't even look very rare. Most of the zombies can be messed up by getting too much black wash on them and having giant black spots on them. But something being super cool about Series 3 is they have really cool prototypes, being rock-solid versions of the zombies. Now, it's unknown if these figures were meant to be all hard, like the whole wave of zombies is solid, but certain prototype zombies are rock-solid for no reason. And after that is... wait, that's it? That's the end of Trash Pack? Sadly, this is where Trash Pack ends. There was no more series after this, no more playsets or exclusives. The Trash Pack was over. And during the run of the Trash Pack, there were other spin-off lines such as Trash Wheels being Hot Wheels and Trash Packs put together, and the failure that was Trash Pack UFT. The Trash Pack Gross Zombie series marked the end of the Trash Pack, and to say that I missed the Trash Packs would be an understatement. Looking back at old photos of the Trash Pack displays in stores and realizing that no toy since has ever even come close in comparison to the Trash Pack says a lot about how important they were power as a toy and shaped millions of childhoods. I know that I would do anything to see these toys back on shelves. And of course, Moose Toys has tried to recapture the trash pack fame with the Grossery Gang a couple years later, and even this year releasing Mr. Beast Swarms, which are very similar to trash packs, even coming in 2 packs, 5 packs, and 12 packs, but yet being nowhere close to how cool or amazing the original trash packs were designed. Because of this, the pinned comment of this video, I've created a change.org petition for Moose Toys to bring back Trash Pack Series 1s to store shelves. Even if they have a limited release in Targets and Walmarts, I know Moose Toys just re-releasing these Trash Pack Series 1s into store again would sell like crazy, as everyone who grew up them has a ton of nostalgia, and I know those Series 1 trashies would sell out immediately. So if you really care about trash packs and you want to see those bright green trash cans come back on store shelves again, sign the petition, and maybe Series 1 will come back if Moose Toys listens. As well, if you're really passionate about Trash Pack fan, I have created a official Trash Pack Discord server to talk about all things Trash Pack, meet other fans and collectors, and talk about the good old days of buying them in stores, showing off your collection, trading figures with other fans, and more. The link to that server will also be in the pinned comments as well, because I know many of you are still big Trash Pack fans without anywhere to talk about it. And finally, if you happen to have any rare trash packs such as limited editions, magic pack figures, sealed packs, and even the design your own trashies, and you're interested in selling them, please message me on Instagram or Discord. I will pay some pretty high prices for those hard to find trashies. Well, that's it for this trash pack video essay. Whether you watched this because it brought back a forgotten memory from your childhood, or you put it on in the background where you worked or ate, or just another large video essay, even if this video introduced you to trash packs for the first time, thank you for sticking with me through my hyperfixation video all the way till the end. And I will see you all later. Goodbye.